Hi folks, it's Chef Kevin. Welcome to Chef Kevin's Bistro. Last night I made pork tenderloin masala, and I have another tenderloin, and I'm going to be making a French inspired dish that you would normally find in a bistro. Now I don't know if you know what a bistro is exactly. A bistro in France is an informal restaurant, a small restaurant that has a simple menu with good prices but still great food. So this is French inspired. It's going to be pork medallions in a cream sauce. And I hope you enjoy the music. Okay folks, here are the ingredients. This is a pork tenderloin, boneless of course. The other ingredients are white button mushrooms. You can use any type of mushroom basically. I have some salt and pepper, the two most common spices in the world. Going to be using herb de Provence, which is quite appropriate. This is a dry seasoning from southeast France. It's basically a combination of oregano, marjoram, thyme, and a little lavender. That'll go really well with the pork. I have some flour that'll be used to coat the pork. I have some butter, which will be used to saute the mushrooms in. I have some homemade chicken stock. You can use veal stock if you can find it. I wouldn't use beef stock. I think beef stock would be a little overpowering. I have some cream for the sauce. I have some Masala wine. This is actually an Italian wine, but it has a nice flavor, it'll go well. And I have some Italian flat leaf parsley that'll basically be used as a garnish. And of course I have my little pet here. Okay, let's get right into this because like most of these videos, this is my meal for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and prep the pork. Okay, here's my pork tenderloin. Of course, a tenderloin is boneless. A tenderloin, whether it's pork, chicken, beef, is a fairly tasteless cut. So you have to depend upon a good amount of flavor from sauces or seasonings to make it tasty. And one of the most common steaks is filet mignon, which is very pricey in a restaurant, and again it's the most tenderest, but it has to depend upon a sauce to pull it through. Okay, let's see what we have here. You see the silver skin? That has to be taken off because it's inedible. It's very chewy. You do not want that. In your meal. So the best way to take off the silver skin is take a boning knife and just get under the skin, pull it along, try not to take off too much meat. depending upon where you get your tenderloins from, some of them have more silver skin than others. This is pretty much average though, I would say. This is actually a fairly simple meal to make. There's not a lot of ingredients, and the cooking time is not that outrageous. Okay, silver skin has been removed. You see some white stuff here, but that's just fat, really. We're good to go on this. Okay, these are medallions. These are not cutlets. So I'm going to cut some pieces that are about 2 inches wide. So here we have 4 medallions. I'm going to reserve the rest of this for another video. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is prep the mushrooms. I have my white button mushrooms here. They're sliced about 1/4 inch, and you don't want to make them too thin because mushrooms, like pretty much all vegetables, are like 95% water, so these are going to shrink down considerably. And uniformity is one of the essentials of any cooking. You want to keep all your pieces the same size. Butter in. This way they all cook evenly, and it's more attractive as well. Okay, what I want to do is get a nice color on these mushrooms. I have about a tablespoon of butter in here. Gonna wait till the foam subsides a bit. That means the water has left the butter. Now I'd like to thank all the people that watched my chicken masala last night. All 10 of you. Appreciate it. Mushrooms in. I'm gonna go ahead and add some sea salt, and this will help extract the water from the mushrooms. Now this is going to take a good 5 to 6 minutes, if not maybe more. I want to get a nice color to these mushrooms. You'll see how I do it. Okay, while I have the mushrooms cooking, I might as well season up the meat. These are my pork medallions. I have 5 of them. I just wiped them down with a paper towel. Get the water off of them. Black pepper, sea salt, herbs de Provence. Now I want to make sure I season all sides of the meat, not just the tops and the bottoms, but the sides. Okay, that looks nicely seasoned. Now I'm going to dredge that to a regular flour, AP flour, all-purpose flour. Knock the excess off because you don't want it to burn. This is the big piece here. Okay. Voila. That's not me. Okay, let's check these onions. Let's check these mushrooms. These are coming out nice. They have a fair amount of color on them. This was over a medium heat. Now I didn't wash these mushrooms. What I did is I took a paper towel and just wiped off the growing medium and off the dirt. If you wash the mushrooms, they're going to load up with water and they're not going to cook properly. These are almost done. Okay, I have the mushrooms ready to go. The pork has been prepped. I'm going to start working on my sauce. I have a saucepan here, 8 ounces of heavy cream. I'm going to reduce that by about 25%, so I should have about 6 ounces when I'm left. Okay, my cream is reducing. Could have a pinch of salt, a little pepper. I'm going to add some hot chicken stock. That was about 8 ounces. I'm going to reduce that again. Okay folks, it's fairly thick. Gonna give it the spoon test. Gonna run my finger on the bottom of the spoon. If it doesn't come together, it's pretty much ready. Although I'm gonna thicken it a little bit more down the road. It's going to keep this aside for now. I'm going to go ahead and start the meat. I'm not going to use the black pan that I showed you a minute ago. I'm going to use a stainless steel pan, and I'm doing that for a reason, and that'll become evident very shortly. Tablespoon of butter. Couple of tablespoons of oil. Going to preheat my oven to 350. And what I'm going to do is get a sear started. Start making them nice and brown, get some nice color to it. And then I'm actually going to finish it in the stove. And then I'm going to deglaze the pan and finish the sauce. Going to go ahead and put these medallions in there. This will take about 3 minutes each side, and then I'm going to pull them off. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes. As you can see, they have a nice color to them already. Another 3 minutes. Okay, that was about 3 minutes. What I'm going to do is just turn them on the side. We get the sides as well. Okay, I would say these are nicely browned off. I'm going to put them in an oven-proof dish. Into the oven. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just pour off the excess oil. Okay, now this is what I wanted to show you. This is why I didn't want to use the black non-stick pan, because number one, I didn't need a non-stick pan. But I want to show you my fond, F-O-N-D. That is all the remnants of the cooking process. There's a lot of flavor in there. Got the pan on high. I have a half cup of masala wine. We are cooking, baby. Okay. Now you can see nothing is sticking to the pan anymore. All that flavor from the meat, the drippings, the juices are all incorporated into the masala wine, and that's the key to a good sauce. The sauce is going to be dependent upon the flavorings of the meat and the stock inside the cream. Okay, I have my cream here. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in. Most of it. Okay, that's all of it. make sure you don't let it boil over the side. A little taste test here. C'est magnifique. I'm gonna add a little salt. Don't think it needs any pepper. Okay, I'm gonna reduce this down so it's thick enough. Has a ways to go here. Okay folks, my sauce is almost ready. Nice and thick. Give it the spoon test. The lines are not coming back. Okay, there's one more step, one very critical step left to do, and that is to get out all those little black pieces of the fond. So what I'm going to do is run this sauce through a strainer. So here is your pork served with a cream sauce, and I have some yellow rice from the Mexican restaurant left over, and I have some blanched broccoli, so that'll go quite well. And of course the star of the dish is actually the sauce. If you remember the mushrooms, I put the mushrooms back into the reduced sauce. And there we have it. Chef Kevin's pork medallions. Little parsley garnish. Gotta have that. So now let's take a look at this. Let's deconstruct it. Okay, yellow rice from the Mexican restaurant. It works. I didn't want to throw it out. It's good. The broccoli has been blanched, which basically means it's been dipped in boiling water just for a very short period of time. It was very good. I wish I had a slice of lemon. That would brighten it up. Broccoli is one of the healthiest vegetables you can eat, according to the United States Department of Agriculture and my mother. Okay, let's take a look at a pork medallion. It's beautifully cooked. This is so tender. The Masala wine, I can taste it, but it's not overpowering, and it shouldn't be overpowering. The pork is definitely not overcooked. I don't know, you really can't see it on the camera, but it has a little pink hue to it. This is very good, folks. Okay, I hope you liked this little cooking session. Well, I shouldn't say little because it was very time consuming actually. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you think I know what I'm talking about, if you think I'm a half decent chef, perhaps subscribe, give me a thumbs up, make me feel good. Appreciate it.